I swear I'm not an animator. I'm really not an animator. It just keeps happening to me. So I've been putting together this little Pokemon animation over the last 13 days. Originally, I was working on another short for my Hoenn Map painting series, but I noticed this trend in all of them. All of them plummet in engagement at the 4-second mark. Now, on a short, that's not that strange honestly, but to see it dip that much, yeah, something was up. I'm pretty sure it's because I do that Procreate lookalike swipe to right at the start of all of them. Shorts need to feel like they're constantly moving, so having an intro to a short is not the best idea. So I started brainstorming ways to overcome this engagement cliff, and one thing led to another, and I fell into another animation project. I was just taking notes on how to craft a more engaging short, like what if the whole video flows as one uninterrupted story? What if I make a video that loops in a way that you'd want to watch it twice? But of course, it wasn't enough to just take those ideas and apply it to the paintings I'd already done. I wanted to run with those restrictions and turn it into a whole new creative project. Restriction breeds creativity, or something like that. Or maybe I just like to make things harder for myself. But I like Pokemon, I like painting, animation's really rewarding, so how hard could it be? Okay, turns out everything is always harder than I initially expect. So the first step with any story-heavy project is going to be the storyboard. I wanted to make a video that would work as both a short and a long-form video, so all the paintings needed to fit into this weird plus shape, which is just the dimensions of both formats on top of each other. You wouldn't see this much of anywhere else, but it means I get the best of both worlds. The short doesn't feel like a regular video that's been cropped, but the long-form video doesn't feel like a short that's been squished to size either. I can just export the video in both formats. I knew that I wanted 3 characters with some simple interaction that becomes more interesting the second time round, so the gimmick seemed pretty obvious. Let's go with time travel. 3 friends in Ilex Forest digging around for a Celebi in a Groundhog's Day sort of loop. Those first storyboards are about as janky as it gets. I think that when you have an idea for something, the most important thing really is to just scribble it down in any form. Forget about trying to make it look good, just have the thing exist in any way so you can look at it again later. I could have just as easily scrapped this whole project, and that would have been fine honestly, but as long as I have those storyboards, the idea can still turn into something later on. If I just went to sleep and forgot about it though, that'd drive me crazy. Something I'm trying to get better at right now is painting environments, so once the storyboards are out of the way, I led with the forest that the opening scene takes place in. I honestly don't know what I'm doing when I'm painting, I'm kinda just making it up as I go, but I guess everyone's that way until they eventually figure it out, or maybe nobody ever figures it out and we're all just faking the whole way through. I do know though that I'm faking it a little better than I was a year ago, so that counts for something. I've been using a lot of green in all these paintings I've done lately, which is fine, but it's starting to get stale. Like, yeah, trees are green, we get it. With that Hoenn Map painting series though, one of the great things about it is that since I'll be doing so many paintings, it'll give me plenty of chances to experiment. I mean, if I'm not experimenting, it'll just get boring. So the next one I do, I'm going to try picking some real crazy colours. I'll block out all the green from the colour wheel, or do Petal Oak Forest but only with pink or something like that. Something I'm learning with painting is that you save a whole lot of time and make things a hell of a lot more clear for yourself if you plan things out properly before you begin. Picking the right base colours at the start saves you so much time and confusion later on because you don't have to spend an hour trying to paint over a bad foundation until it's passable. The same's true for the sketch. The clearer you make the sketch, the easier it'll be when you start putting colours down because you actually know what the scene looks like. It's really easy to skip over those early steps because you just want to get to the painting, but at least for me, whenever I rush through them, everything just comes out wrong and I can't seem to figure out why. In hindsight, it's obvious it's coming out wrong because you didn't even have a plan, but in the moment it's just frustrating and confusing. That said, it's not like this is a hard rule either. It's fun to skip right over the planning stage and try improvising the whole thing. Cynics, another artist on YouTube, he has a series called Paintsploration, which is all about this. He has one layer that he paints on over the course of 24 hours, and at the end of it, he gets a cool time lapse that constantly morphs from one idea to the next. There's no plan at all, but the ideas he explores are way more exciting because of it. Definitely something I want to try, but I'd probably tweak it a bit. Instead of it being over a 24-hour period, I might do 24 hours of footage over the course of a month or something like that. Since I'm still early on in the painting journey, the progression in skill would be super cool to see condensed down to 10 minutes. And because it's over a longer period of time, it'd be more relaxed and more doable as well. Okay, so now for the fun part. Not. Look, I love animation, but I don't love animating. Or maybe I do, I don't know, it's hard. See, animation is super rewarding to do. Coming up with an idea and slowly chipping away at it frame by frame is so cool, because every now and then you get to hit play and see it spring to life. But it's also incredibly tedious. And I'm not even talking about the redrawing and painting of the same thing over and over. Like, that's tedious too, but you can just turn your brain off and listen to a podcast or something, so it's chill. It's actually pretty fun if you're at all into it. The real problem I have is with program management. Having to set up animation cells, moving frames around when the timings are off, exporting each frame to your video editing program so you can put all the pieces together. If you're painting, you're going to want to use layers so you can correct mistakes easier, but have fun navigating your layers menu once you've got 3 characters with 4 frames each, and each frame has a sketch, color, and overpaint layer totaling 50 layers that you have to keep track of because you have to keep jumping between each of them to correct the issues that crop up. Animation is fun in theory. In practice, I don't know, maybe if I just stuck to flipbooks. Keep it simple, stupid. If you stuck it out this long, congratulations! I'm now going to play you the actual animation. I'm releasing it as a separate video too though, so I imagine most people watching this will have already seen it, unless you're one of the few watching this on release day.